Two of America's biggest airlines, the exact same route. Who does first class better? For years, travelers have debated which of the legacy carriers is truly the king of the domestic skies. They all promise more comfort, better service, and a premium experience that's worth the extra cash. But who actually delivers on that promise? A while back, I flew United first class from Albuquerque to Chicago and made a video documenting the journey. Well, today, I'm flying the exact same route in American Airlines' first class to settle the score. Let's get started. All trips start on the ground, so let's start there. The first battleground, Albuquerque International Sunport. Let's talk check-in. Both American and United have fast and easy check-in where you go to a kiosk, get your boarding pass, tag any checked bags, and you're ready to go. But the most important part of being in first class is lounge access. The answer is no. Domestic first class tickets do not get you immediate access to a lounge. Instead, you have to have a membership, the right credit card, high elite status, or you can buy a single time pass ranging from $59 to $79. So the ground game in Albuquerque, it's a wash. So both get you through the airport in the same amount of time, but neither let you escape the chaos of the main terminal. With no lounge access, I headed straight to the gate area, and it's time to see if things get better on board the flight. It's boarding time. Boarding for American Airlines for first class passengers is done in Group 1, so you get to be one of the first people to step on board the plane. Stepping on board, I can definitely see that this cabin is more sleek and modern than the cabin I experienced on United. Being in row 1, the bulkhead, there's plenty of legroom, but you cannot have any items in front of you. Everything has to go up in the overhead bin. In the literature pocket, you'll find the safety card, air sickness bag, and the in-flight menu. In the center console, you'll find a storage compartment and the universal power outlet, one for each passenger. In the left armrest, that's where you'll find the tray table, which pops out of there using a little latch. Today, I have two nice big windows to enjoy the views outside. And also, the seat recline button is on the center armrest, allowing you to recline your seat a few inches, just a little more than economy for a little more comfort. Now it's time for pre-departure beverages. On my American Airlines flight, we did get pre-departure beverages, where I chose a cup of water. But on United, there was no pre-departure beverage. Let's also quickly take a look at that United seat. Overall, it was pretty comfortable. While the cabin was a little older, it still was pretty comfortable to sit in, and overall, a pretty decent first class flight. But I'm gonna give the point to American for the cabin and first impressions. Now it's time to enjoy our departure from Albuquerque. Now, what do you do in the sky for 3 hours? Well, let's talk entertainment. First up, American Airlines. To connect, you go to aainflight.com and Wi-Fi, and then you'll be brought to the homepage. You can access free entertainment, live TV, and you can get connected to Wi-Fi. But American Airlines' Wi-Fi is some of the most expensive Wi-Fi out there, starting at $18 for 1 hour. But the entertainment selection is pretty good, and you can also see how much time is left in your flight. The one thing I don't like about American's entertainment is you can't see a flight map. Now, United Airlines. Normally on United, they do offer personal seatback entertainment, but on the plane I was on, it did not have any, so it was also streamed from your device. One of the better things about United is that there is a flight map where you can see flight time left and other information about your flight, such as the plane you're flying on, speed, that kind of stuff. United also offers Wi-Fi, but their Wi-Fi is much cheaper, starting at only $8 compared to $18. They also offer a good selection of movies and TV shows for you to choose from. So, for entertainment, United is the clear winner, so point for United Airlines. Now, let's look at the service. The flight to Chicago is just under 3 hours, so it's long enough for a meal service. Starting on American Airlines, it's time to open up the tray table, which can be used either half opened or fully opened, and it's a really good size for you to get work done and eat your meal. The service started today with a very hot towel, and when I say hot, this one was really hot. Then we got warm nuts and a drink of your choice. Before my flight, I was able to order my meal where I chose the salmon green and grain bowl, and I have to say 6 options for a domestic first class flight is insane, so that's excellent. Shortly after the warm nuts service, the main meal service arrived, where I got the grilled salmon with cauliflower, mushrooms, red peppers, and quinoa. And I have to say, for a domestic first class flight, this meal service was fantastic. It also felt pretty first class with the presentation. And for dessert, we got this little lemon cake, which was very delicious. Now let's take a look at United. On my United flight, the service also began with a hot towel, and then the main meal service arrived. There was no snack service for the meal, and we just got our meal where I got chicken with rice and steamed vegetables, a cold bread roll, and a cookie. And I have to say, this time American Airlines wins the meal service. Theirs just felt more first class, and the presentation was a little better. So, point for American. Now, no one's favorite part of an airline review, but we've got to do it. Let's talk about the lavatories. Both lavatories are just Boeing 737 standards, and they're pretty decent sized. I do have to say, United's was a lot cleaner than American's today, and it was a little more organized. So today, the point is going to go to United. Now it's time to review which airline is the winner of the domestic first class battle. First, check-in. It was a draw because the check-in experiences are the exact same thing. You just go to the airline's check-in counters, go to a kiosk, get your boarding pass, tag a checked bag if you have one, then you're off to security and then the gate, and neither offer lounge access. For the cabin and seat, I give it to American Airlines as the cabin is just more sleek and modern. While United's seat was still comfortable, a newer cabin always feels better. For the food, I also gave it to American as their meal just felt more like a first class meal and it felt a little more elegant than United's. For the entertainment, United won by a mile, having things like an in-flight map, much cheaper Wi-Fi, and a good selection of entertainment. So that one's gonna go to United. So the winner of the domestic first class battle today is American Airlines. Well, of course, everyone's personal experience is subjective. My experience today showed that American Airlines is the winner on this route in domestic first class. It's important to note that United's refurbished cabin is a lot nicer and it has personal seatback entertainment. For those of you who saw the United video, what do you think? Who's the domestic first class winner? And again, everyone's experience is subjective and some of United's planes have their newer refurbished cabin. So with that, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to smash the subscribe button so you get notified when I post a future video like this one. Also, something crazy happened in the next part of this journey and you don't want to miss out on that. Until then, safe travels.